The Lord be with you. It's Monday morning, July 15th. I'm going to give you our Sunday morning Bible class from yesterday. We had some technical issues trying a new way of recording. It didn't work. So we are going to have Sunday morning Bible class here. Yesterday's class was on the short side. We spent a good bit of time in a fruitful conversation about the assassination attempt on the former president in Pennsylvania. We expressed sadness, confusion, concern, and tried to again talk through how we live with people who may not think the way we do, how we express ourselves, how we listen, the idea of morality and civility, disagreeing with someone without calling them names, disagreeing with someone and not thinking that they are your enemy. So it was a good time to gather and talk. What we wanted to get through yesterday was this. We are covering a new topic: angels and demons and demon possession. In the course of a conversation a couple of months ago, we started talking about angels and demons, and decided, that would make a good Sunday morning study. So far, I have 3 pages. The cover sheet doesn't count. 3 pages, kind of talking positively about angels. We'll spend some time talking negatively about demons. I think we'll talk about demon possession and how Jesus dealt with demons in the Bible. So for now, I'm going to give you what we had yesterday. So the first thing is a little artwork on the cover. It's a picture of this. This is my statue of Saint Michael the Archangel. There are 2 angels named in the Bible. This guy, Saint Michael, and then the other one is Saint Gabriel. Gabriel is the messenger angel. He's the one who does all the talking. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Those are the words of Gabriel, recorded by St. Luke, spoken to Mary. This is St. Michael. In Revelation chapter 12, Michael was the commanding officer, the general of the heavenly armies. War arose in heaven, and St. Michael fought against the dragon. You can kind of see him there, standing on the dragon's head. There's some horns. He's got a sword. So those are the 2 archangels that are mentioned. And so I took a picture and stuck it on the cover of our handout. Angels are extremely popular. They're in TV and movies all the time. We talked about Clarence from It's a Wonderful Life and how that's a nice image. It may not be the most accurate. There is nothing you and I can do to make an angel get their wings. Angels already have them. There's no apprenticeship for angels as far as we know. God makes angels whenever he wants. They're created beings. But you do have that image from It's a Wonderful Life. Somebody said it may have come from like fairy tales or fairy lore, which is quite possible. Many cartoons with the good angel on one shoulder, the bad angel on another shoulder, whispering in your ears. They come from somewhere, these stories of angels. Now, I think there are 3 pretty clear Bible passages. We made it through one yesterday, and that was the passage out of Revelation chapter 12. So I'll read it for us and then discuss what we shared. Now war arose in heaven, Michael and his angels fighting against the dragon. And the dragon and his angels fought back. But he was defeated, and there was no longer any place for them in heaven. And the great dragon was thrown down, that ancient serpent who is called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world. He was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. And I heard a loud voice in heaven saying, now the salvation and the power and the kingdom of our God and the authority of his Christ have come. For the accuser of our brothers has been thrown down, who accuses them day and night before our God. And they have conquered him by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony. For they loved not their lives even unto death. Therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you who dwell in them. But woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil has come down to you in great wrath, because he knows that his time is short. That's Revelation 12, verses 7 through 12. The conflict between good and bad. Saint Michael and his angels, the dragon and his angels. Part of our discussion was that it appears the devil, who was an angel, rebelled against the Lord. Angels only do what the Lord tells them to do. It appears that the devil didn't like doing that. Or it says, I'll do what the Lord tells me to do, but I want to get some credit. And the image I gave is when Gabriel went to Mary and told Mary, you are going to be the mother of the Son of God. And what was Mary's words? My soul magnifies the Lord. My soul rejoices. And this would be like Gabriel saying, hey, how about magnify me just a little bit? I'm the one who brought you this message. You know, I spoke. How about a little bit of credit for the messenger? So the devil rebelled against God, and he convinced some angels to come with him. Because it's Michael and his angels, the Lord's angels, fighting against the dragon and his angels. The great dragon was thrown down. Let's just talk about this dragon for a minute, because St. John the Evangelist, who wrote Revelation, says the great dragon was thrown down, that ancient serpent who is called the devil and Satan. So those are all synonyms. You're all talking about the same person. Oh, you were talking about the devil. I was talking about Satan. Same thing. The dragon, the serpent. So again, we have the imagery of snakes. You see carvings of a tree laden with fruit, a woman standing underneath the tree, and a serpent coiled around some branches. We have that imagery. And dragons. Dragons are fierce, scary. He's the deceiver of the whole world. And then I want to talk about how else the dragon is described. The accuser of our brothers has been thrown down, who accuses them day and night before our God. That's the devil's job description. To accuse you. He is the accuser. That's what Satan means. And it's not just Satan, but it's really the Satan. The accuser. And I shared this phrase that I learned a couple years ago. It's very simple, very accurate. The devil knows your name, but he calls you by your sin. Jesus knows your name, knows your sin, but he calls you by your name, right? Two different ways. The devil calls you prideful, lazy, greedy, thief, wicked, and he never stops. He always accuses you. Jesus knows that you're prideful. Jesus knows that you can be a little judgmental, that it's hard to understand others. You don't want to, you don't even try. But Jesus calls you by your name. Jesus takes your sin and makes it his. Jesus takes your sin and says, I'm the prideful one, I'm the arrogant one, I'm the lazy one, I'm the greedy thief. And he dies for your sin. Satan is the accuser. He's the deceiver. Deceives you into believing that's all I am. My sin is all I am. And I can never be loved. I can never be forgiven. Satan leads us into despair. We take our eyes off of the cross of our Savior Jesus. So, rejoice, O heavens, the devil has been cast out. But woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil has come down to you in great wrath, because he knows that his time is short. Oh, nuts. Woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil has been cast down. He is, as we'll read in 1 Peter in a couple of sessions, that roaring lion seeking someone to devour. We deal with authorities, spiritual powers. We have a preaching series on the book of Ephesians. Our enemy is not against flesh and blood. Your neighbor is not your enemy. We can kind of combine this discussion of angels with the discussion of what's going on in society. We are encouraged to view our neighbor as our enemy. He's wrong. He doesn't see it my way. He's stupid. My neighbor thinks the same way about me. So I view him as less than me. Not as intelligent as me. My idea is great. There's nothing wrong with my idea. It's perfectly thought out. If he would just see it my way. My neighbor is saying the exact same thing about his ideas and me. But our battle is not against flesh and blood. Our battle is against spiritual powers and authorities and principalities. We'll talk about those in the Ephesians series. This brain can think some pretty big thoughts and can solve some pretty big problems. It can also be deceived. Our mind can be deluded. That's the devil's job, to deceive us. I like sitting in this little corner of my office. It's kind of a nice little recording studio. You get to see some of my crosses back behind me on the wall. The devil deludes us, doesn't allow us to see what we need to see. So there are good angels who fight. St. Michael, the heavenly armies, angels who speak to us, Gabriel. Michael fought against the dragon, defeated the dragon, cast him down. We live in this world protected by God. And that's the last thing I'll say as we approach the 20-minute mark. It's horrible that the devil has been cast down to earth. That is not good news. Right after this story is the story of the woman and the child in Revelation 12. The woman gave birth to a child, and the dragon was there ready to snatch up the child, and God protected the woman and the child. I think some of the imagery is of the church, Jesus and the church. God gives his people, his church, to protect them, to comfort them, a place of safety, refuge, sanctuary, a place where we learn, listen, live, love. God gives his people, his church, protecting us, where we realize that the dragon has been defeated. that Christ is victorious. So that's what we covered yesterday. We've got a few more things, including this little chart. Hopefully we'll get the recording ironed out so we don't have to do double sessions, but happy to talk with you this morning about this wonderful topic. And again, hopefully they'll also look at demon possession and maybe how it plays out in our world today. So thanks for watching. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.